Good afternoon, it's July 2nd. Today we're going to give a persuasive speech. This is our audience that we will be persuading. Did you know that 64% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck? A CNBC poll recently stated that only 39% of Americans have enough in savings to cover a $1,000 emergency. That means too much of the public is living paycheck to paycheck. Money stress is the number 2 cause for divorce. It's the number 1 cause for adult anxiety and depression. Do you work too hard to be this stressed? Like Dave Ramsey says, quote, "Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired?" Well, today's the day. It's time to live a debt-free life, and I'm going to persuade you to get out of debt. Like Dave Ramsey also says, quote, "Debt is dumb, cash is king, and the paid-off home mortgage has taken the place of the BMW as the status symbol of choice." Imagine your life with not a single payment in the world. Imagine the peace. No stress about how I'm going to work all week and then send my money to banks and high-interest credit cards. Instead, you can use your paycheck to build wealth. Your income is the number 1 wealth-building tool available to you. Financial peace. It sounds great, right? Being in debt, it gives a feeling of incarceration. Working week after week to pay for things, just stuff that you don't really need to impress people you don't really like. It's a never-ending cycle. And it has a feeling of enslavement. Being debt-free will lift this weight off of your shoulders. Right now, the economy is pretty uncertain. Inflation's at an all-time high, and interest rates are through the roof. But to a debt-free consumer, the inflation doesn't hurt as bad, and interest rates don't matter at all because you have no debt. Recently, I watched a Netflix documentary called The Minimalists and learned that the average American has $15,000 in credit card debt. Can you believe that the average interest rate on credit cards is 20%? Over 20%. The documentary followed two individuals that explain their journey from downsizing their life, getting rid of things they didn't need, and in turn, this gave them more time, more money in their budget, and in turn, peace to work towards things that matter, like doing things they love and building relationships. Who wants to be a millionaire? I see some hands out there. I learned in that documentary that the average car payment right now is $716 a month. Now, if you were to take that money and invest it in good growth stock mutual funds from age 35, that's right, 35, it's not too late, to 65, that's 30 years. You invest that same payment, theoretically, you would have $1.65 million. Now that you've decided, I want to get out of debt, and you're able to build wealth, you're able to enjoy activities you want to do rather than working all the time. You can donate to the charity that speaks to your heart, and you can spend more time working on relationships with loved ones and friends. Debt is harmful, but you can have financial peace. The economy, uncertain right now and inflation high, now more than ever is the day to start a debt-free lifestyle. So if you're debt-free, you can save and invest in yourself. That frees up your paycheck to invest in your future and doing things that you want to do. This all sounds nice, but I know you're thinking, this is too hard. You know, inflation's through the roof. How can I do this? Well, if you read Dave Ramsey's book, The Total Money Makeover, he breaks down simple steps on how to become debt-free. I want you to become debt-free. Like, quote, Dave Ramsey says, live like no one else today so that one day you can live and give like no one else. Thank you.